watching Quad Cities Live.
Wallace's Garden Center in Bettendorf is hosting its spring open house this weekend. Kate Terrell joins us now with all the blooming details that'll knock our socks off. Little plant pun that I had to do for you. Thanks for joining us today in studio.
Thanks for having me.
A big weekend for you guys. I'm a green thumber, so I'm excited that that the spring house.
You are plant nuts.
I am. Indoor and out. And you've got pansies galore at your place right now, right?
Yes. So we're all a little frustrated in waiting for spring to come.
Indeed.
And so we get a lot of right now, like, what can I plant right now? So pansies are your answer. They are colorful, they're bright, awesome spring colors, and they can take these temperatures where we're going down at night into the low 30s, and they can take it and bounce right back and keep blooming.
That is super cool. And in addition to being a huge greenhouse, you have all kinds of outdoor furniture and decor. That's obviously all part of your spring open house this weekend. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so we kind of cover it all. Our inventory is huge. We love the whole concept of the outdoor room. So not just what plants do you have on your patio, but what are you sitting on to enjoy them? What are you planting them in? What kind of garden art do you want? So we want you to be able to create the whole package, add in the fountain, a bench, and just really find a way to use your outdoor space to the fullest the whole time that we are in season, from spring all the way through fall.
I'm always amazed at the selection that you have. It's fabulous, great variety, and look, I mean, like even in some indoor, like 3-season, 4-season room furniture that you can get to.
We've moved into the interiors as well. We have some awesome interior designers on staff, and they find stuff that's classic but also trendy. And the way they put it together is amazing and just really inspiring. If you're looking for a way to freshen up your home for spring, we've all been snuggled in for the winter, and it's time to add some fresh color, some pops of inspiration.
Yes, let's take it outside, which is your theme for this weekend, right?
That's right. Well, as a mother, you know, it's like, let's take it outside. So we've been cooped up all winter long, and we're all anxious to get out there and enjoy spring weather that's coming. So we do our spring open house, which is our first one since 2019, so we haven't been able to do an open house for a couple years. But in tradition with our open house, we always offer some items that we call our hot buys.
Okay.
And
what are you offering this weekend as hot buys?
So we actually have 36 items.
Oh,
I couldn't bring all of them here. But they are all things that you are going to need to get going gardening for the spring. And they're at significant discounts. We buy in bulk the previous year so that we can have items to offer for people. So gardening trowels, this is only going to be $1.99 right now. Hummingbird feeders, 25% off any hummingbird feeder. And some of these pruning sets, like this is one of my favorite hot buys. It's a lopper and a pruner, and this combo together only $14.99. So we just have some great stuff that you're going to be needing in the next few months. Garden gloves, pruners, hoses, a collapsible bucket.
Collapsible bucket.
Definitely. This is awesome if you're trying to save space in your garage. This actually holds 2.5 gallons of water, fertilizer, soil, weeds if you're out pulling. But this is a collapsible bucket. So
very cool.
You can use that. So just some
space
kind of
saver.
Useful things. Watering cans. A lot of us lose our watering can in the fall. One of the most popular ones, a water wand. This is what we use in the greenhouse. So for watering your planters when you have them going.
For what do you have down there as far as feed or?
This is a tree and shrub for your ash trees, for emerald ash borer, which a lot of us have ash trees. So this April is the time to put this down on your trees, and it's buy one get one free right now. So if you have an ash tree, this is the product to come and get and put it down. I always say put it down around tax day so that you remember it. So
that's easy
we have a great deal going on that right now.
Well, back to your pansy. You've got this beautiful potted plants here with the pansies and the daffodils and the tulips. And so you're saying that pansies can take kind of the colder temps.
Yes, they can. And the daffodils and the tulips can as well. So you'll start to see your own bulbs in your yard coming up and blooming. So you can go ahead and plant those in planters as well. And they can take the cooler temperatures, and they'll give you that pop of color that you're looking for while we're waiting for all of the rest of our yard to kind of wake up and get going with the weather.
Now, what other things did you bring here?
So this is another great project that you can start right now and keep inside, move outside on the nicer days. This deck rail planter is actually another one of our hot buys. It's on sale for $12.99.
Wow.
And then I brought a bunch of our herbs. Our herbs are already ready to go. We have more than ever before. We have lots of different kinds. So I brought a little deck rail planter, and this is a great time of year to start planting your herbs, get them growing, and then you can use them in your kitchen. As we're starting to get the grill out and grill, I love to use rosemary when I'm grilling, so I have a little rosemary right here.
With container planting, do we need to spread them out? Like, what do you do spacing-wise? What do you recommend?
That's a great question. So these plants are obviously going to get a lot bigger, so we don't want them to, be pot to pot all the way through. So what I like to do in a pot this size, which is about 24 inches, I would probably put 3 or 4 herbs tops. Some of my favorites, I always plant basil. This is a little rosemary. And then this is oregano, another one I like to use a lot in cooking. And then I'd probably use like chives. I love chives on spring potatoes and things like that. So I'd probably space them out. And then if you want to, another thing I like to do early in spring is actually take some of your pansies and plant them in there.
Put a little color in there.
Put a little color in there, and then as your herbs get larger, you can take the pansies out, transplant them into a shady area.
With your herbs, do you recommend any special feeding for them throughout the season, or does the new soil in the pot do it for them?
So you always want to use brand new soil. Don't reuse your soil from last year because it won't have any nutrients left. We do recommend feeding just as you would feed your annuals. Maybe not so much a bloom booster formula, but just an all-purpose fertilizer. I like to mix in Osmocote, which is a little round ball kind of fertilizer that you mix into the top of the soil. That's going to feed for 2 months.
Okay.
And so that's the perfect thing for a little herb garden.
And you guys even package your own dirt.
We do.
You do it all.
We do. We have a special, age-old family formula for our soil that we use in our greenhouse. And so that is the Wallace's container mix that you see that we sell. If you want to grow with the same stuff we use, then get the Wallace's container mix.
And one thing I love about your store when I shop, I love all the different kinds of containers that you have. All kinds of different pots and shapes and colors. You just can't beat it.
Yes, it's been challenging the last 2 years to get as many containers as we usually do, but we have some awesome hot buys on several different containers right now. That gray one is a hot buy as well. And we've got ceramic coming in kind of every other week right now. Coming in from both in the United States and overseas. So we really try to keep variety so that everybody can find something they like. I think we have pretty much the biggest selection of anywhere. So
I have no doubt.
If you can't find one with us, you're not going to find one.
Yeah. Okay, so your spring open house is happening this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Saturday 9 to 6 and
9 to
Sunday
6.
9 to 5 there at Wallace's Garden Center on Devil's Glen Road in Bettendorf. And the hot buys go all weekend long.
Hot buys actually go while supplies last.
Okay.
So they will definitely go all weekend and then into the month of April. And you absolutely have to come and walk through the greenhouse. It is planted and full, and there's flowers and baskets and everything
It's nice
everywhere.
and
It's a little early to
warm
buy them, but it's inspiring to know that spring is coming and the greenhouse is just beautiful.
Absolutely. Kate, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you.